Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm glad everybody could be here. Cody Brown, always a pleasure. Renegades Garage is in the house. And Keith Tharp, nice to see you. I hope I pronounced your name right, Keith. If I didn't, blame Millis Construction. Joseph over there, he told me how not to pronounce names. As you can see, we do have a new special guest in the house, and that is Joseph from Millis Construction. I'm going to give the floor to him for a second so he can introduce himself, tell you what's going on in his channel, and what he does. How's that?
Oh, hey, thanks, Souls. Well, for me, it's pretty much all German tool reviews and things like that. I'll occasionally do a job site tour, my trailer here that I'm kind of hanging out in tonight, stuff like that. A lot more hand tools, a little bit of power tools, a lot of fast tool, a lot of stuff like that. We're just kind of having an awesome week because we just crossed 10,000 subscribers, I think, yesterday. So that was kind of a cool deal. But I keep trying to get on here, but I never have great internet. That's why I don't do a lot of live on my channel either. But hopefully it's coming before too long. But kind of glad to be here and just hang out with everybody for a while tonight. I'm not a huge Flex Tools person, but I'll be here to hang out with anyway.
Well, we appreciate you braving the weather today. I know I'm having some weather. You said you're having some weather. So we appreciate you being here, and congratulations on the 10,000. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, about 3 years to get there.
Yeah. I hope to make it there myself. I'm probably 5 years away right now, I think.
It just takes a couple real good videos, and it's shocking what happens.
Oh, shoot, then I'm 10 years away.
Until I did that one a couple of months ago that was like the top 5 hand tools or something to start with, I was moving along at like 500-600 subscribers a month. That one video kicked it to 1,500 a month.
Wow.
So that's why I had a goal of 10 to 15,000 by the end of this year, and it happened in like a month and a half because of that. So,
well, congratulations.
It can happen anytime.
It's well deserved, and we appreciate this. Adam, whose link do you want? Do you want me to send a link to your Instagram? I can't find it. Adam, I don't know what you're asking here, buddy, but I'd be glad to send you a link to this if you want to come on. Hit me up, Tools with Souls on Instagram. I'll send you a link. Prayers go. Oh, thank you, Tool Nerd. Yes, prayers go out to everyone affected by the storms last night. Oh, Deal Team 6. Adam, just hit me up on Instagram. I'll send you the link right now. I think I still have it up. Get a grip. I farted. Congratulations for sharing. We appreciate what you do, and I hope you wiped. Kenny Cooper Lawn Life. How are you? Glad to have you. So, you guys got anything coming up on your channel you want to share about before we get into this? Flex.
Oh boy!
I'm always seeing if I can break a tool that Flex makes. Always. I'm pretty excited to see what they're coming out with. They've actually got some 12-volt tools, more specifically for the automotive and polishing, but they do have a 12-volt battery. And I really enjoy smaller tools. So while I do enjoy the Flex, their reciprocating saw was just too big for me. I ended up returning the thing, but it was an absolute monster. So they know how to make tools, and it should be a pretty good watch.
Yeah, I agree with you. Here, I'm going to get everybody's name up there. Juan was asking what your name was, Joseph. So that's why I took the comments down so they can see. That is the link to your channel. So if one of my moderators could please start providing the links to everyone's channel so that folks can go subscribe real quick, I would appreciate it. As for me, I'm going to be doing tool deals every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and then trying to sprinkle in comparison videos and how-tos in between. So I'm going to be quite busy with the channel,
Dang.
because I think the tool video, like the tool deal videos, take a couple of days. I know I make it look stupid easy because I'm stupid, but it's a lot of research and
Yeah, no kidding.
a lot of leaning on Deal Team 6 to provide those to me. So I'm looking forward to that. Our first topic of the night is there any excitement about Flex? Now, Joseph, I don't know if you own any Flex tools. From the look on
Nope.
your face, I'm going to say I doubt it. Right?
That's a no, but the thing they're mainly Lowe's, right? That's pretty much
Yeah.
a Lowe's
They,
brand at the moment.
yes, yes.
So unfortunately, I'm probably going to wind up roped into them because I'm a Lowe's
Thank
ambassador
you,
now.
Shaka.
So that's going to be a thing, I'm sure.
Yeah, Lowe's has the better woodworking selection, if you ask me anyway.
I just don't even have a Home Depot, so it's Lowe's or nothing. It's 100+ miles to a Home Depot, so
That would do it too.
I was messing with that guy yesterday because he doesn't have a Menards.
I don't either. I have to go all the way to Wichita to get to a Menards, which is over 2 hours.
You know what? Wichita is about 2 hours from me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm south. I'm about 70 miles south of Kansas City, so
Okay.
I'm way down there.
Man, to make it to Wichita sometime, might have to hit you up. That'd be kind of a neat run through a store.
Oh, sure, I'd love it. I walk fast. I'm
I can
old.
see that. I've been watching those deals videos every time you put them up there. Man, that's some rapid pace.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I've tried, and I've actually tried to slow it down in the last couple. Thank you, Daily Dose of Teals, for the $5 super chat or super sticker. I appreciate that very much. But I've been trying to slow it down on the deal videos because I've had people hit me up personally and say that I go a little too fast. And I'm just like,
Yeah, I
pause
don't know
button
why.
works for everybody. I'm like, I don't, but no, it is something. It's like if I go slower, I can't get all the deals in under 30 minutes, really. Because even at the pace that I'm setting, if I've got any, or if I've got more than 30 of them, it's going to take at least 20 minutes to go through them. Because
Yeah, really.
I try to give information or as much information as I have about the item. So that people, when they watch, they know kind of like where the location is so that they can order it from there, what the item numbers are. I try to get a nice, good, clear picture.
Yeah, that
You know,
that comment there, I was surprised. I looked at some of the Flex stuff when I saw your video coming up. I looked at it at Lowe's, and it's right at almost DeWalt prices for Lowe's.
it is, which is amazing because I don't think, like for me, there is no excitement when it comes to to Flex right now. And for an introductory line, you would think that they would come in at that lower price point to entice people in. It's kind of like being a drug dealer, right? You give them the first one for free, and then after that, you make them pay for it.
Yeah,
But Flex came out and they're just like, look, we're as good as Milwaukee. Even if you haven't heard of us in the US, we're just as good as they are, so pay us.
Even if we don't even go against their best tool on camera.
it's a big decision to grab another battery platform too. That's the biggest problem for me. I'm already in like 3 of them. That's enough, maybe 4. I'm not sure. That's plenty for me.
I'm not saying a word, but if you look back there,
Well, you have everything. Yeah, I see that.
I think I'm the last time I counted, and it could be off by 1 or 2 or whatever, but I think I'm up to like 23 different battery lines.
Jeez.
And for me, it's just love a tool. Like if you put out a power tool, I want to see how it works. I want to see what it can do.
Yeah.
I've always just been propelled that way, just to see it.
If you do 23 battery platforms on a job site, though, you're in for it.
Well, no, you just grab the ones that you really like. Like for me, I
Yeah.
would grab Rigid, Milwaukee, DeWalt, Metabo, if like a various or variety of them, because I can have
Yeah.
batteries charging in one area if needed while I'm using a different tool. So, plus, I tend to break them. So, always nice to have a backup to your backup.
That's a good point. That's probably the only reason why Flex has worked for me so well is because being an electrician, you're typically screwing things into threads that already exist, or you're cutting something that's fairly easy to cut. Thin wall conduit, whatever it is. Uh, you there really is no good option for a one-handed reciprocating saw with Flex right now. And I've got the 12 volt, or I had the 12-volt line of DeWalt at the time, so I was able to use two different tool brands, on at the same job site and get whatever I needed to get done. But realistically speaking, for them to actually be able to replace Milwaukee, they have to come out with a one-handed recip. They have to come out with a bandsaw. They have to come out with a lot more options where you're going to be able to get everything done on the job site with one battery.
Right. Well, we're going to get into talking about what we think they're going to come out with or what we hope they come out with a little later on. Right now, we're just talking about the excitement around the brand. And for me, there really isn't much, right? I own them. I have their hammer drill. It's great. It is by far the most powerful hammer drill that I own. I just haven't seen enough from them to make it worth my while to really invest more heavily. Get a grip. That comment alone might get you to lose that moderator status right
We were already reaching with Flex over here, so
I know. But now, what did get me excited, at least last year when they were doing their premiere event, whatever you want to call it, is they said that they were going to have 200 new tools in their first 3 years. Now, from that 200, I think they're still at like 10.
And yeah,
You know that, so they did it to themselves. If they had made, first of all, if they had come in at the right price point, not saying that they're wrong because you can move up later, but if they had come in at the right price point, they had offered a bigger selection, like kept unveiling tools every month or two to build that excitement up, they would not have to have an event tomorrow where they're going, hey, by the way, we might have some new tools coming. And please go out and buy them because we've got a weird looking representative called Barnaby. I have a long drive to Menards, 15 minutes, second one, 25 minutes. Both of mine are over an hour away. Home Depot is longer, about 17. This guy's just bragging now. I find it odd they set up the Flex head-to-head at Lowe's with Milwaukee's lowest end drill. I agree with you. I actually made a video called Shame on Flex where I went in and I was like, what the devil are you doing? You got your turbo hammer drill against a brushed drill driver, and it was a 1.5 amp hour battery on the Milwaukee, and I think the 5 amp hour or 2.5 amp hour on the Flex, and I was like,
yeah. There's no chance right to start with.
What's your opinion? Most overlooked brand in my region? Bosch and Makita aren't very popular on commercial construction. I think that's universal. Joseph, what do you think is the most overlooked brand?
I don't see anything hardly from Bosch except for the concrete tools. That's about it. You'll see the Bulldog and that type of line, but I don't think I've ever seen the Bosch drills in the wild really with anybody else. I've never bought one either, so there's that. But
How easy threw in Cobalt right away. Robert, what do you think?
as far as overlooked, I I would actually say Makita on the job site, it's overlooked, but it's also a common, one of the common, top three, top four.
One cobalt tool right down there.
it's it's hard to say. I do want to say that Flex is overlooked right now, and they do have the absolute best technology out, and it's heavily overlooked. People hate to hear it, and what you don't understand is when they kept saying, "See, they don't know how to advertise. That's their problem. They should have. They kind of just threw everything to the wall to see what would stick, and they really didn't have a plan on advertising. For example, they're still advertising their non turbo line, which is like the equivalent of using a non-brushed Makita versus a fuel, and
Right.
and they got that on the end caps, and it's readily available just to go pick up. And the other stuff is locked away in the cage because everyone's stealing everything. But when you go to the store and you're looking for the Flex, they don't really tell you what the difference is in the tools. They expect you just to know what you're looking for. And I almost picked up the wrong drill. I wanted the hammer drill, and I almost walked away with the drill driver, for example.
Shaka Gillis. Shaka Gillis and I are on the same page and so many other things. I am surprised that when Robert there in the middle said Makita, that Shaka did not answer for me with his reaction to Makita, which is they're trash. That's why you don't see them on the job site as much anymore. Well, actually, as people have gotten bigger, Makita has not expanded their handles, so they are uncomfortable for bigger people to hold. I've demonstrated it on a number of occasions. I know some guys are saying Craftsman, and to answer Cody Brown's question about Project Farm, no, I have not. I intend on watching it later tonight. When we're done here, I will watch Project Farm. But for me, the most overlooked brand is the brand that I have built my channel on for the most part, which is Rigid. The fact that you get the performance out of a Rigid tool that you get the lifetime service agreement, the quality of the tool being made by Milwaukee TTI Group is there. It's performed very well for me over the years. To me, still Rigid would be not only the best value in the tool world today, but the most overlooked as well. And unfortunately seems to be getting overlooked more and more by TTI. Renegade's Garage, thanks for being here. We appreciate you.
I'd agree with that. I'm still choosing to overlook it. So I would agree with that.
Well, you're a Makita guy, so
So there's a little bit of backstory to that, right? Whenever DeWalt back in 2002 came out with their NiCad, right, they continued to push it until almost 2010.
yeah.
Which is what Milwaukee is doing right now with all their tools. They're not doing anything new and special. You gotta keep going. So Makita came out with the first lithium-ion battery, and I don't know if you follow my channel at all, but I always follow the battery. I don't follow the tool brand. I follow the battery platform. And I can tell you right now that the power stack on the DeWalt is an absolute game changer. If you've got any other DeWalts you've seen, whatever reviews you've seen on a DeWalt tool, if it doesn't have a power stack, those creators, content creators, need to go back and retest those tools with the power stack because it really awakens all those tools a bunch.
It's not a bad battery for what, a 1.7 amp hour. I've got 6 of those power stacks now, and DeWalt's sending me a bunch more, I guess, through Lowe's. But yeah, they're not bad. They charge in no time flat. That's for sure.
Yeah.
No, well, as soon as the technology was announced, as soon as DeWalt said we're going to beat Flex to the punch, I was one of the first channels to go like that is the future. That is the way that all batteries are going to go. The old what are they, cylinder cells? They're relatively inexpensive to make, but you know exactly how much you can get out of them, and you can't go very much further with the tech. Whereas with these pouch cell batteries, and in the very near future, you're going to have solid state batteries. Anybody that uses a solid state drive on their computer knows the increase in performance that you get from that. Well, quantify that by 10 compared to any technology, battery technology that's out there now to a solid state battery. You're going to be going through just a renaissance when it comes to power.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to
they'll
5
have
amp
to
hours and
start.
stuff. Go ahead.
Sorry for that. Go ahead.
What did you say, Jeff? Yeah, Joseph. Sorry.
I'm looking forward to the 5 and 6 amp hours. Those 5 amp hours that I've been using forever, that's like the perfect size of battery to me. You go to the 6 and it just starts getting bulky.
Yeah. Well, this is interesting. Howie Z said he put the power stack on one of his wireless chargers for a phone and it charged. I'm not surprised given the technology that goes into those that happened. Can't wait for the 5 in December. Daniel, I'm not excited for round 2 of Flex tomorrow. I will watch it though. Making Stuff, Breaking Stuff with Al made a video, Cobalt versus Flex impact driver. Broke in his video yesterday. The Flex did. I didn't. I like Al over at Making Stuff and Breaking Stuff. I like him a lot. I've watched his videos for a good long time. I'm glad to see him back at it. That's my thoughts on it. I know he's been back at it for a little bit, couple of months, but I'm glad to see him. Have you seen where VCG YouTube Bay just picked Flex as the best power tool company for 2022? I think VCG is being reimbursed for that. Well, they might be, but if you guys go back to December and you watch this live stream, I picked Flex as what I thought would be the biggest mover for 2022 in the tool world. And I said it because they have to be. If they don't make big noise this year, there's really no reason to buy into the platform. There you go. What do you guys think?
I'm curious what broke on that. I did not catch that. What broke on his impact?
I don't know. I didn't watch it. I was busy yesterday. I had my mom to visit, and I was going out looking for deals for everybody. So I missed it. But if somebody can answer it in the chat, I'll make sure that I highlight it. It is the Flex Impact Driver, so not exactly their most powerful. It is certainly not the most powerful impact driver out there.
No. I don't know if you caught it. They're brushless. So they kept saying this. This goes back to the whole marketing thing. They kept saying it's a sensorless, brushless motor, but everyone was thinking sensors this term of temperature or RPM sensor or just overload protection. They were talking about the Hall effect sensor. So previously, I had a Milwaukee Surge that just stopped working on me, and I took it apart. And on those, the back of the motor got that coil. You have to put that thing back exactly where it used to be because you got sensors that know where it used to be, and if not, it jacks with the thing. Someone on a video actually took one of their grinders, and you take the 4 volts off the head of the grinder, and you can actually rotate that thing 360 degrees. That thing does not care where that motor goes back into place, so you can change the angle. So there, with longevity, with respect to Flex, I think a lot of the electronics are more bulletproof than most.
Yeah, well, they can be the best tools in the world. If no one buys them, no one cares.
Right.
Yeah. Right. I think that's the point that I was trying to make is that they just, it's not an exciting brand, even though it should be. They shot themselves in the foot so many times with maybe their over ambitious nature, where they were like the last event where they had the Hulk pushing in a drill and some guy barely touching the Milwaukee. If your drill can beat the Milwaukee, just show it, dude. You don't have to. You don't have to provide propaganda. Just show it. Head to head, let's go. Right. So the event from last year kind of left a sour taste in people's mouth. I remember Mancaver Tools did a whole big thing where he called BS on Flex. Um, regardless of like, I was just like, well, it's a promo event, right? It's what you expect. If you guys did a promo for your channel, you'd probably be over the top too. Am I right or am I wrong?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not Robert. But,
yeah, I follow the batteries. So that's just what I'm doing. I'm following the battery platform. Right now, DeWalt has it going on. Those flex, man, the holes in the batteries line up with the vents inside the charger. And you've got like a direct ventilation system that while your batteries are charging, it's cooling your batteries at it's just unheard of technology. And they're made by Chevron, who owns Ego. And Ego has hands down the best lithium battery tech out there right now.
I would agree with that. Well, what do you think, Joseph?
Well, I mean, for me, I'm going to stick with DeWalt. I've been with DeWalt for a long time, but a lot of comments there too about the type of people that run Festool. I'm kind of one of those rare people that these Festools are getting beat on just like my DeWalts. They're ragged. You can't even read the numbers on the side of the drills. They're not sitting in a shop, for wall hangers or whatever. But about half my drawer's Festool, the other half is DeWalt, and then I like the M12 line for my little stuff pretty much. But yeah, Festool's got some fairly rapid charging stuff too with their air cooling. They've got their air cooling stuff that pulls through the batteries and everything. I can charge some of those faster than my DeWalts, so that's been neat on their new ones at least. And their 4 amp, well, if I get my fingers right, their 4 amp hours are really thin too. Yeah, the camera on an iPad is a pain in the butt. I don't even know where it is. I guess over there.
Just keep moving your finger around till you find it.
right there. You can't even see it on this thing. But yeah, the little 4 amp hours are really thin now with Festool too, and they're pretty nice. We run all their drills, their impacts. I got rid of my DeWalt impacts. I'm just running Festool impacts now. It's just nice stuff. That and the Surge, the M12 Surge is pretty much my favorite. Impact.
Yeah.
Unless I'm building something heavy, then I'll just grab the Festool. I didn't see any improvement of the DeWalt over the Festool, and the Festool is literally like the same price as the DeWalt. So
that new DCF 850, I think it is it's a short one with 1,800 inch-pounds. Man, that thing has so much torque that it doesn't even impact until like the screw is almost set. So you'd be surprised. We've gotten to the point where impact drills don't even impact until like the last second that they need to. So, your Surge is nice. It's super smooth. It's always delivering the exact same amount of torque throughout the fastening. There's no surprises on ramp up the speed or slow down or anything. Really, really nice tool. But you don't even have to listen to that. All you hear is and then tap. And the screw is done. And with you, pocket holes, whatever you're doing, most of your screws are going to soar. You're going to pre-drill any hardwood you're doing. So, I mean, give that new DeWalt a try, man. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, the one with the really short head on it.
Yes. Yeah, that thing is also a game changer.
I bet.
Got a question for you here, Joseph.
I did Fat Max for a while, but just to me, the weight of them, I'm not really into the like 25-foot tapes and all. I carry a 16 all the time. Like there's the 16 that's on me right now, right there. That's kind of my go-to anymore. And it's not crazy heavy or anything, I just really like them. But I will be clear about that. They send me all their stuff, so
must be nice.
But I actually like them. Before that, I used the fast cap tapes because I really like the pencil sharpeners and the note taking on the side and all that. But these are a whole lot sturdier than those without going to the weight of a Fat Max.
Right.
Me. What's the standout on that?
I get just like 8 foot on a 16 foot.
Okay.
I did that on one of my videos. I think I'm right on 8 foot with it out.
There you
Nice.
go.
I've always rocked a Fat Max just because of the 11-foot standout.
Yeah.
You're on a ladder as an electrician, you got to strap every 10 feet. Our company had a standard every 8 feet minimum. And you've got to be able to stretch your tape measure has to reach wherever you're at. If not, you're not going to get anywhere with it. And then the magnetic ones are nice, but then you get little metal debris on the end of your tape measure. That is one of the worst things that you can do to your fingers.
Yeah.
So, I've always had a Fat Max. Couldn't have a magnet. And I'm with you. I've always rocked the 16.
Yeah.
So a couple of things here. First of all, for me, the tape measures don't matter nearly as much. I went with a Craftsman tape measure for years. It worked just fine. I never had an issue with it. I don't know what the standout is because I didn't care.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But for me, DeWalt's impacts have one major issue that they have never seemed to really get right, and that's the heat that they carry. If you're using them extensively, it doesn't matter if it's the 887, the 850, the 840, the older ones, the old brush ones. They all heat up pretty well. So I can understand where a guy like Millis Construction would be using a Festool because those things are just they're silky smooth. I mean,
Yeah.
Festool makes a product that it's the only way I can really equate it to people is comparing vehicles. So a Festool is like a BMW. You get in it, you drive along, and it's just a cushion of air, and it feels good. Like everything about it feels great. And then some of the other brands, you feel like you're driving a pickup truck, like from the 70s, not even like a current pickup truck. And there's nothing wrong with it. They both get you from A to B. If you got to tow something, you might want to go with the pickup truck. But I'm just like, I can understand.
Like Bugattis that break down at 100 miles, but they're fast.
It's a big.
That's what you think the Flex is. You think it's a Bugatti,
But
but
it's a Bugatti. It's probably going to break. Battery tech. Follow the battery tech.
It's a big leap for a lot of people to try a Festool drill or Impact 2 because whole new platform and there's really nowhere to go put your hands on one. They do have a 30-day. You can order anything from Festool that's a tool anyway. Try it for up to a month and they'll take it back even if you used it commercially for a month, give you all your money back. But that's really the only way to get your hands on a lot of their stuff. And it's a pretty big spin to give it a try. But man, once you feel the triggers on those things and stuff like that, it's more about the comfort.
Right.
The handles and everything. It's just amazing.
Yeah, everybody.
I'll take just a little less performance to have a lot more enjoyable job to me.
Yeah.
I do this for fun if I haven't said so. It's my job, but it's fun too for me.
Yeah. No, I watched you on Toolman Tim's live stream several months ago, probably 5 or 6 months, I want to say. And you guys were having pretty much a similar conversation about your love of what you do, being that you would do it for free, but you do it for money. You know,
if I didn't enjoy it, I would quit. That's the whole deal. And the tools help me really enjoy it. So I'm going to use the one that makes me the happiest. So that's just the way it is.
I agree with you. And for me, I'm a bigger guy. I talk about it frequently, though I really didn't think about it before I started doing this and seeing all the Smurfs that were in the tool world. But I'm a bigger guy at 6'4" and about 280. You know, so I want when I use
Gargamel over here.
What's that?
I don't want to interrupt you. I just wanted everyone to hear me say you got Gargamel over here.
Thank you. But I prefer a tool with a little bit of weight to it because I do want to have that feeling in my hand. It makes me more cautious. And being that I worked on solar, where you're not needing a really high torque application unless you're going into concrete or going through somebody's roof or something, you know, when you could go in and just do like low torque stuff, I still wanted something with the weight, which is why I took the Stealth Force from Rigid with me. That's why I took the Rigid hammer drill. They're weighty. Like if you pick them up, they're god awful heavy, especially compared to a Festool or you know, a 12-volt tool. But it made me more cautious, which made me better at what I do. So, and somebody asked about the Rigid 12-volt line. It was TB. What happened? It just didn't sell. The tools were garbage in the 12-volt line from Rigid. And this is a Rigid guy saying this. The tools were garbage. In that, do I think they're going to make a smaller battery system? I hope so. I hope everyone goes that way. The problem with Rigid is being a TTI company, they're tied in to Milwaukee, what Milwaukee's going to do. I've spoken to TTI. I've spoken to their reps. They don't have any plans right now for a new battery to come out, at least not this year. Now, maybe next year, we don't know. But for right now, they're sticking with their 18650s and 21700 cell batteries. So, count the grease. Yes, they're talking about the DeWalt right there. I don't even have to go back in the live stream to know which one they're talking about. Never liked the Fat Max. Bulky and heavy in a tool belt. I like the 25-foot max steel tilt quit, making it like a chameleon.
Yeah, the chameleon tapes are really nice too. They're one of my favorites.
Yeah, I would go with, like, if I wasn't using the Craftsman, because I got the Craftsmans for I think $2. If I wasn't using those, I would probably use the Klein tape measures, just for ease of use. Festool impacts have a club foot, right? Have brushed wall impacts used for pole building sheds and putting steel roofs on work great. Hey, I'm not saying DeWalt makes a bad product. You know, the only one I ever say makes a bad product is Ryobi and Bauer, bottom of the barrel. But no, DeWalt makes a fine product. It's just they have a heat issue. All of the impacts have a heat issue.
Even that new one, isn't it? I thought
Yeah,
I saw somebody posting it that gets really hot on down in there after they used it for a little while.
Yeah, I did 6 tests with the 840, and when and they're not like huge tests. I did 6 of them, one right after the other, because that's how I do my testing, and it got up to 158 degrees.
Oh my God, man!
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I think the biggest one I did was a 4-inch, half-inch lag. And I did do some auger bits, like 1-inch Irwin speed bore augers.
Yeah.
But 158 degrees, and you're not even doing the tool for 3 minutes, and you're letting it rest in between.
Mm-hmm.
That tells you something. They got a heat issue.
Their oscillator is the same way. That oscillator gets so stupid hot, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, the one with the quick button in the bottom.
The DeWalt, it's a brushless oscillating multi-tool. Man,
Yeah.
it right here in your hand, it will just burn the fire out of you after a while. You cut 3 or 4 under jams, you know, and
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I ended up grabbing a Festool oscillator too.
Oh, I'm sorry for your bad luck having to grab one of the
I
best.
had to. It just things
Oh,
too hot. I
geez.
still have the DeWalt, but you know.
That's something that you let the new people at work use.
That's right.
So TB, if you want to get the 12-volt Rigid tools, you're going to have to go to direct tool factory outlets. Rigid, TTI, they stopped making the 12-volt line entirely about 2 years ago. And Direct Tools Factory Outlet is the only place to get them. So head on over there. Let them know I sent you. They'll give you absolutely nothing for that. They'll give me absolutely nothing for that. But I just like to tell you to do it. I went with the DeWalt over Milwaukee because weight. I also have Rigid shock for driving, lags quieter, but too heavy to carry around on a tool belt. Yeah, Rigid is not for the light of heart. or for the faint of heart. You're gonna have to want it to carry a rigid onto the job site. That's why I always like rigid boat anchors.
You got to deal with the verbal abuse after you take it on there.
Yeah, I don't care. The 887 is fire. Seriously, make sure you have an extinguisher handy when using it. Louis Castaneda. God, I am bad with names, so if I mess up your name, I apologize. Louis, it's not intentional. Not much. How you doing? Hope you're having a great night. Hope everyone's happy here. DeWalt is still good. Yes, I agree. DeWalt using asbestos in their tools, you'll be fine. They probably should. I'm just saying. Lewis, I'm just making my rounds. No need to ask a question. You already know what it is. Tools and tactics. What's up, my man? How's it going tonight, gentlemen? That's from Impact Nation.
I'm trying to respond to him, but he's got a fire emoji in there, and I could not replicate that. So I had to copy and paste it.
There you go. Not too bad on the dictation, Robert. Thank you. Now, see, and that's going to take us right into our next part of this discussion, and that is Flex going to be absolutely 100% obnoxious tomorrow?
Of course it is. They're going to go against the 1.5.
Well, to be fair, last year they did everything versus the 5 amp hour standard battery from Milwaukee, which they were using a 5. They were and they had a 5. Kind of fair, in my opinion, but others disagree. Joseph?
So they're going to be running some tests with them tomorrow, you think?
I have no idea.
It's just a promo thing?
I think it's kind of, they're going to be introducing, I know of at least 4 tools that they're going to be talking about. So they're going to have a new job site blower, a job site fan. I want to say they're going to have, if you guys, what's it? Tools by Design on Instagram has been showing some of the new tools that Flex is going to have. So go give him a follow over there. But I know they're going to have the blower, the fan. I want to say they're going to have a new circular saw.
That's the last thing they needed.
And to be honest, I can't remember what the 4th one is. That's how Alzheimer's works. Sometimes you got it, sometimes you don't. And my mom just called, so I was all kinds of distracted. Don't worry, I'll call her right back. What's that?
How's she doing, by the way?
Mom's doing well. She is calling me right. Look, if you guys don't know, that is the name I gave to my mother, Grump Vader. That's her picture. I got to get my wife to call her real quick just to see what's going on, or else she'll just continue to call me because she's in a nursing home. She's having difficulties today, of all days. But yeah, so for me, I do think they're going to be obnoxious. I also think they should be 100% go over the top obnoxious.
They need to do some fair comparisons, though, and if they can win them, that would do it for them, or help at least.
Yeah. Oh, they beat Milwaukee's butt last year. I mean, in everything they put the Milwaukee up against, they beat it. I don't know if the way the people were using the tool was equal, which does make it difficult to judge. I mean, because you're basically looking at it. It's not like they were pushing on a self-feeding auger bit going into I don't know, like a log or something, or a 4x4 or a 4x6 or whatever. It's not like they were doing that. They just weren't applying the same pressures across it. Does TTI own Flex? No, Shervon owns Flex. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Let the people know your thoughts on the Flex.
Yeah, so he had a tools the lag challenge, tools lag challenge. I don't know, 8 or 9 months ago, and he found a 5/8 diameter lag that was 12 inches long, and then challenged all these tool channels to sink this lag in, and then we had some pretty good entries. So some people split the wood and continued going. It was like, oh, well, there's my entry, and it's like, really? But I will say this: the Milwaukee and the Flex both are pretty equal when it came to that. The Milwaukee was just a powerhouse, and it acted like it was going to stop. Like it wanted to rip your arm off and keep going. The Flex almost has like a variable drive with it, and as it started to bog down, it was almost like it automatically switched gears, like or voltage, kind of like the power detect does on the DeWalt, and it gave it more to get the job done, but it barely made it. But at the end of the day, you're driving a freaking 5/8 lag, 12 inches long into the end-grain low pressure treated 4x4. The drill is capable at the end of the day. I mean, anything that can do that is just absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it is good, and I didn't check the temperatures on that, but I've taken that Flex. Like I've tried to abuse this thing because it's got a lifetime warranty on it. And I was pushing with I think I was pushing with a 5/8 speed bore that was like 5 or 8 years old, give or take. Either it's 5 or it's 8 because that's all I've got in my drawer. And the thing was just dull as can be, and I'm pushing into this piece of wood. And I'm literally smoking this thing out. And I put the temperature gun on it, got it up to about 300 and something degrees. And I'm just trying to destroy this tool. Okay, yeah, smoke's just pouring out of this thing. And the battery stayed at about 120 degrees. The tool's at 113. I mean, they've got some really good cooling on them. I will say that.
Man, 300.
The hottest I've ever gotten a tool was the Bauer hammer drill, and I got that up to about 250. And literally, the plastic pieces that from the fan started flying out of the tool. Like I was picking them up and I'm putting it in front of the camera. I'm like, because I did a video called "I Can Blow Up the Bauer Hammer Drill in Under 5 minutes," right? And they actually sent me a letter telling me to take the video down, and I was like, I gave them the old one finger salute, and I'd be more than happy to blow this thing up in court right now. Go ahead. I'm tenacious with that stuff. So somebody said that between Milwaukee and Ryobi, TTI is going to control everything in the workplace. I doubt in the workplace, just because I don't consider Ryobi anywhere near a professional grade tool, and I barely consider them at all. So I have a special hatred in my heart for Ryobi because they've let me down so many times. Almost got me out of power tools because of their poor performance. So Flex for life. Project Farm is on another level. Yes, he is. Biggest problem with Flex is they only sell at Lowe's. Yeah, but if you consider Ryobi's only sold at Home Depot, Cobalt only sold at Lowe's, Master Force is only sold at Menards,
yeah.
and Festool is only sold at Festool.
Yep.
No, I don't think I don't see it as a problem because if that's the tool you want, you will find a way to get it. We live in the modern world. There's just no reason. Like Flex has not given people a reason to go out and buy them. Festool, as soon as they came out with their domino, the Festool domino, woodworkers saw it and they were like, well, that beats a dowel. That beats a biscuit joiner. Let me test that thing out. They found out how smooth it was. And then they were like, well, let me try some of the other stuff that Festool has.
Mm-hmm.
And that's allowed them to grow. It's just like, and I'm an amateur woodworker, in case you didn't know, very amateur. But it's kind of like with Grizzly. The first time you used a job site table saw and then you compared it to a Grizzly, you're like, these aren't even really the same tool.
Yeah.
Even though they're the same, they're not the same. Flex doesn't have that. Like when I look at Flex, when I feel Flex, powerful. That's the one word that comes to mind. Is it smooth? No. Does it feel good in the hand? It's okay. But I'm not willing to pay extra for okay. The battery the battery light indicator is probably their best feature.
That's terrible.
It's pretty cool.
Am I wrong? Am I, Robert? You have Flex. Your tool is Flex.
The second that I saw that the Flex had the quick push button chuck release, I was on board. It didn't even matter what it had because I had a DeWalt a long time ago. Actually, I didn't have it. I borrowed a DeWalt for a long time with that push button chuck. I don't know what happened to DeWalt, why they stopped making that tool. It was when they're I don't even know when it was, 2012, 2013, I think.
He's got the whole bag.
Oh, you got it? You got it?
What?
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, he showed the whole bag. There was like, what's the closest wear a tool you have, and he picked up the whole bag.
Yeah, I had it right here. I'm kind of going through it a little bit tonight.
Yeah, I see you're cold too. I see your breath every once in a while. Well, I appreciate you sticking through. Thank you, by the way. Makes though.
Yeah,
though they're trying to take over lawn care. You're going to have a long way to go to take over lawn care. For me, and I was talking to Dale Bishop, one of the subscribers yesterday, about this. To me, I don't know if you want to pronounce it steel or still. I've heard it both ways. For me, Husqvarna, they're the two that I would probably pick up first. I know they're gas powered for the most part. I would lean to them because they're long track record of reliability, great tools. I've never heard anybody say that they got garbage from either one of those companies. And then I go Ego after that if I was looking for something battery powered, again for track record and history. I'm going Greenworks before I even touch Ryobi, and that's saying something.
It takes a lot to get me off of gas for lawn.
Yeah.
I'm all Echo pretty much.
Yeah, I forgot about Echo. That's my fault. I forgot about
Echo. Yeah, if I had all the money, it would be Echo, then it'd be Steel, and then it was battery.
Echo's sweet. You can't hardly kill them.
Yeah. Rodney Widgers, great to have you. Thank you for being here. Hello from Branson, is what he had to say. Blames. Oh, I did not know Farm and Fleet had Festool, because the Farm and Fleet that I have here in Missouri does not carry Festool at all.
Yeah, you'll have Woodcraft. Woodcraft sells Festool also.
Okay.
Tool Nut.
Those
kind of places.
Well, that's
Beaver Industrial.
I do like Beaver.
It's gonna be a quiet room now.
I just left it at that. I like Beaver. That says there you go, Tarek. Thank you. Finally got my chat box to work. We're glad to have you here, Rodney. It really is a pleasure. Free battery promo too, I believe. Oh, that's good to know. I didn't know what Ohio Power Tools sold Flex, and they're giving you a free battery. But I think all you can get with Flex anyway are kits. I really hope that they're going to say, well, we're not going to do just the kits anymore. We're going to allow you to buy tool only, because who needs 15 blow molded cases around? And
I
Yeah.
think what happened was, they were hoping to get these tools announced a lot sooner. But with everything that's going on around the world, I think they had to stop some production and extend that limited lifetime warranty for another year while they could get their ducks in a row. And as long as that limited lifetime warranty is around, they're not going to sell a bare tool, because
right,
you're going to pick up $150 for a tool, and then they got to warranty that thing for the rest of their life. They want to get you with a $300 purchase to justify their warranty. I think that all got put on the back burner just with bad timing. That's my opinion. I have no idea.
I don't know. But for this, Charles Ross said Festool and Hilti are way overpriced. Is BMW overpriced? Is Mercedes overpriced?
I
You
think
you
it depends on what you want. It
right,
really does. And I used to try to justify it to people and tell them how you would, but there's really no reason to. You either like it or it's not your
right.
thing.
Right.
I
Um,
have seen. If you search on Facebook or YouTube, you will see one of every brand catch on fire. It's just the way it is.
hmm
I, it's just, and don't forget the turbo button. The turbo button on the Flex is very nice. It's very nice, but is it nice enough to make you want to buy the tool? Well, the people have spoken over the last year. Flex numbers are not significant. They're insignificant for the most part. I know here locally, first of all, the only contractor I know that sports Flex is Robert in the middle there. Um, Nobody else. I've spoken to two Lowe's in my area where they were surprised to see me buy a Flex.
wow.
So, and they were like, I don't think I've ever sold one of these. And I'm like, well, you didn't sell it. I came in to buy it. So there's a huge difference there. I'm not asking you any questions about it. I'm just saying, give me
Wow.
this. If I knew your combination to your lock, I wouldn't even ask you. I'd just get it myself. What socket sets are on a cheaper side but still good in your opinion? Craftsman.
Gear
Pittsburgh,
wrench.
the Pittsburgh Impacts. Here you go.
Uh,
Robert said gear wrench. Joseph,
my main impact sockets I use are Tecton, and
there you go.
that's as fancy as I've ever gotten with that.
Yeah, I recognize voice, but who are you? Your guests? Okay, so the guests for Rodney are on the far right is Joseph Millis from Millis Construction. He's got a great channel. You guys should all go check it out. Really great channel. I'm not just saying that. Um, and then there's Robert from Tools and Tactics. There, everybody's name is up, so we can see that. um, what is this? Get a Grip Garage. Um, Rick's Giggle. Turbo button is a damn gimmick. What isn't a gimmick when it first comes out? You know,
So I don't know. 4,000 RPMs on a drill is really nice for hammer drill. And I did a lot of testing with a Hilti with a I can't remember the stats on it, but it was a 22-volt Hilti. Me and my buddy, there's an obnoxious video of him blowing an air hose on it. I got to redo that video a little bit, but at the end of the day, man, I literally put an 1 1/8 bit into that hammer drill, which is single-handed like a drill driver, and we went head to head with the Hilti, and the freaking Flex was faster than it, which is crazy. Now, with respect to the sharpness of your bit, so the sharper your bit is, the more benefit you get from RPM. Now, for longevity, if you've got a Hilti, you can use a dull bit forever. Okay, if you got a dull bit with a 4,000 spinning drill, you are getting nowhere. So we found out that actually the Flex is really powerful. It's really fast, But if that bit is dull, it doesn't make a bit of difference. But I mean, you still, man, when you're drilling holes in brick or whatever you're doing, that thing is an absolute monster. There's no, you can't deny it. It's faster than anything right now.
It is faster than it's more powerful than anything DeWalt or Milwaukee currently make. I'll say that.
Yeah.
And with that said, I would still be hard pressed to go back into Lowe's and buy another one.
If they don't come out with some useful tools for, where you got one battery platform on the at the job site, they're not helping themselves out.
I'm telling you though, after adding the little M12 SDS,
Yeah,
I don't even use a hammer drill for concrete anymore. Like that was pretty much the end of it for me.
well, sure. I mean, once you have an SDS, the rotary hammer in your kit there or in your trailer, there really is no cause to use a hammer drill going through concrete. It takes longer. The vibrations, and it's something that we don't talk about enough, but the vibration of going through concrete with a hammer drill, having that affect your forearms, your shoulders, whatnot over a longer period of time has a more significant impact on your body than if you just use the right tool to start out with, which is a rotary hammer. That's saving you. That's saving your body. It's also saving you time. And the weight of those SDS hammer drills, one of the reasons you're not getting the vibration through you, even though the 12 volts obviously not nearly as heavy as some of the others, but the weight, the way they're made, they are designed to help your body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Rodney, we're not worried about the all caps. You do what you need to do. Macular degeneration is a serious thing. We wish you well. We're praying for you, buddy. He's a member of Deal Team 6. Check him out on Instagram and go follow Deal Team 6 on Facebook. I do like the comment about cutting the flex impact in half with a bandsaw. I've seen very few professionals give their opinion on flex. I trust what those guys have to say. I'm not disagreeing with you. Steel is like saying steel. There you go. I haven't tried.
Just so we're clear, like I think I've only ever said on one video that you probably need to go buy something, just so we're clear. And I think that's in the Power Stack battery lately. I don't, my channel isn't about telling you what tool's the best. My channel is about telling the story, the experience with the tool. If you look at any of my reviews, we're almost killing the thing. The other day I took a 4.5-inch regular saw from DeWalt. We ran it through 3/4 MDF, medium speed. It never bogged down. And then we talked about how the pros and cons of it. It's all about the whole story of using the tool. It's not. I watched a bunch of videos. You can't hear me? What is that?
Robert, check out the private chat. I'm getting a little static from your mic when you talk. I don't know if it's just on my end or if the people listening can hear it. It's just a faint.
I don't hear static, but I hear we get really quiet.
Okay.
Is that better?
It sounds kind of the same to me, but I'm not getting that feedback or static-like noise. I haven't tried Husky yet. Give them a shot. I love their products. I have a 61-inch Husky zero turn that I absolutely swear by. Thing will go through anything, I swear. I take it through 6 feet of weeds all the time. All you have to do is move the deck up once, go through, then go again. And I mow 16 acres at a time, so I spend a lot of time in my zero turn. It's worth it.
I do too. I ended up going with Grasshopper for mine. I really like the floating deck out front and everything. It doesn't beat you like the center mount decks.
Well, that's true. I hadn't thought about it, but that would make, and they're fast too, aren't they? That's what I like. 16 acres takes 6 hours.
I've got 3 acres in one place and 160 in another, but we do the large one with the big tractor.
They want to know if you've got any veto bags coming.
Haha, I sure do. I actually ordered some this week with that promo going on. I've got the Tech Wheeler coming with, of course, another TPLC with that, and I got the OTLC upgrading from my OTMC to get a little more space for my plumbing stuff, and that's, of course, another free TPLC bag. And then I got the CP4 Special Ops set also, so should be a lot of cool new ones coming.
Oh man, that is cool.
Yeah, answering a question while you were there because I didn't want this guy to think that I was ignoring what he said. He's excited about the new Flex Tools announcements announced tomorrow. No cap. I think he meant with R right there. But no, it's I'm cautiously excited. I want to see because I love Power Tools what they're going to come out with. I'm afraid that the Barnaby idiot guy that's does their he's like their spokesman. I'm afraid that they're gonna do the exact same thing they did last time, which is gonna be a no-win. Like if they do that, they're done. Husqvarna saws are like for my Ferraris and my Echoes are the things I reach for when I want to make sure I'll get that job done. That's a great comparison. There you go.
There you go.
I'm waiting to see videos on the new TPLC.
Yeah, don't worry, they're coming.
Hey, Rodney, you got it. The next time I'll be out as soon as Mom is out of the nursing home, which we hope is within the next month or so. As soon as she comes out of that, we plan on making a trip down to Branson. We spend a week in Branson every year, just for Mom. We were doing it for her husband, who unfortunately just passed. We go to the Sight and Sound Theater because we like to see the show. We're very religious people, even though the channel, we don't talk about it openly on the channel, not because we're afraid of it. We love Jesus. It's just not what people come to my channel for. So still has battery OPRI, not sure on Husqvarna. I don't think Husqvarna does yet. If they do, I'm going to be grabbing some more orange tools. Rodney Widger was with Mancaver Tools since the beginning. That's good to know. Oh, he's on Tornado Watch. Stay careful or stay safe out there, my friend. Play this on the screen, please. All right, Cody. I'll play it for you. Just give me a minute. I want to get through the comments, kind of catch up so that we're in real time with folks. So bear with me. I'm sorry about this, guys. I'm just trying to make sure that the people the people that are chatting with us, the ones that are typing in and taking their time to listen to us, to watch us, to me, they're more important than the three of us. They're the reason we're here. My channel based on value and deals and helping people save money and then giving them a good, honest comparison where maybe some others fail. I'm about to upload a Milwaukee smoking like crazy. Well, you should really tell Milwaukee that that's bad for their health, and let the other tools in the area know that they can get some second hand from that. So,
get a contact.
Yeah, well, it does depend on what they're smoking, right? Flex wouldn't sell me the Turbo Impact with any kit that I wanted. Yeah, I think they're pretty limited as to what they're doing right now. Pittsburgh does make decent impacts. Rodney is in Branson, Missouri. Husqvarna has OPE, and it's great, but just as high priced as their steel stuff. The Echo OPE is made by TTI, and it's a killer. There you go.
Is the static on my mic now?
Hey, Chef Shade Tree, it's great to have you here. Suburban Beard, what do you say, Robert?
Is the static gone now?
No. Mancaver Tools in the house. I'll adjust your mic here in a second. I just want to get caught up in the chat for a second, if that's all right with you guys.
Whatever.
All right. Pittsburgh impacts are pretty horrible. Most people that give them a good rating don't use them just to change a tire. Well, that's fair enough, but that's 98% of the population of the United States. So if it'll work for 98%, I think that's pretty good. I agree to disagree. We can disagree here, and still be friends. Oh, and by the way, if you guys are resellers and you want a friendlier place to go to resell your stuff, go to the Tools with Souls Facebook page. It's open to everyone and anyone. Don't leave any like porn on there or anything. But if you want to resell and you're having a problem with whatever den you're in, go over there, do what you need to do. We're open and we're welcome. Sorry. I saw something earlier on Facebook that made me laugh because the person that posted it is completely unaware of their own duplicity. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to read everyone. Beard, you have the link. Come on. You know you're always welcome. At 4,000, you're heat welding. All right. I beat the crap out of my Pittsburgh impacts, and they held up better than Snap-on I have. I will not say the same. The Snap-on impacts that I have are superior to the Pittsburghs. Robert hiding behind the beard. Yeah. Happy to hear your opinions, Joe. I think you mean you, Millis Construction. I recognize Robert hiding behind the beard. He does not know they're pursuing fugitives under Biden, right? Just so you guys know, we're a Let's Go Brandon area here.
Yeah.
Well, so Pittsburgh sockets are poorly made. I'm not going to argue with you. Cut it in half with a water jet. I'd like to see that, actually. All right. I'm just going to skip down to the bottom. I missed a ton. Just to let everyone know, my channel isn't answering special. Anything special. I'm just a guy in the garage working with tools. I think that's pretty much sums up like most of the people that do tool reviews and stuff. Tool porn is fine. No. Sorry, I wanted to catch up with the chat. I wanted to give the people that are here their opportunity to be heard, for their messages to show up, so that, because so many of the other chats that you go to, or the things like this, they talk amongst themselves. They kind of ignore the people watching for the most part. And I'm guilty of doing that myself on occasion, but it's not because I don't care. It's just that in a particular time we can be caught up on a subject, and I want to make sure that I am giving everyone their opportunity to pursue that and talk that's here on the panel, because you guys are important too. I just want to make it clear. I'm going to start home repair videos again. Man Caver, he wants to know when you're going to start doing home repair videos. Now, I have to grab that link from Cody that he's wanted me to post, and I hope it's not like the last one that he gave me last week.
Trying to rickroll you?
Yeah. I still don't know what that means, so he was trying to do something to me. But let's give it a shot. So what tools are you guys hoping that they come out with tomorrow?
I need a one-handed reset to even take them seriously at this point. The battery stuff is good, but man, I think I said this before. I almost don't want to admit it again, but I was demonstrating their reciprocating saw last time, and I actually hurt my shoulder trying to hold that thing up and do a cut, because most of your cuts are done with one hand while you're cutting pipe. OSHA doesn't want to hear that, but unfortunately, that's the way it is. You're holding a piece of pipe in one hand and you're cutting with the other, and that saw weighs almost 12 pounds. And Yeah, it actually kind of bothered my shoulder the next day.
A lot of remodeling. That's pretty much what I've always done. So it was pretty much residential up to the last 2 years, probably. And now it's probably 50-50 commercial. So we've kind of gotten a lot more into that lately. Just made a few really good contacts and it kind of slid right into that. So I kind of enjoy the commercial a little more, honestly, at this point, but there's less dealing with an amount of people. A lot of times you deal with the same company or person for a long period of time instead of, rolling through jobs in a few weeks and then you're on to the next. But
Yeah.
that's pretty much what I do.
Yeah. So Cody sent us a video. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to watch the video that he sent. So everyone hold on tight. Cody, this one's for you, buddy. I already saw the preview. It looked pretty interesting. Share. Let me know everybody can see it. And I am just going to full screen layout that for everybody. Boom. Dang it. Can you guys hear that?
After a garage fire, still works.
That's impressive. That's impressive. Anybody catch the number of that one? So, I think we're back on and boom. There we go.
That's pretty cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
there may be a BS on Flex Part 2.
the wire in those tools are thermoset resin, so they're designed for high temperatures. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah. The turbo button being a gimmick, I mean, it's overpriced for what you get. Sure, it's a nice feature, but I'll pass for how much it is. I'm agreeing with you right there. Track saw, that's Milwaukee. Oh, wait, no, they haven't announced that yet. It's coming. By the way, Joe the Tool Guy has mentioned it on his channel several times. It is coming. It's something that Milwaukee will have. I don't know about Flex. Flex really, they're more geared toward the construction game, so I wouldn't put it past them.
Who makes the best track saw?
Hey, Ted.
Who makes the best track saw?
Yeah.
Do I suppose I should say?
Yeah, you would know because I've used Festool. I've used Makita's. But that's all that I've used. Is there a better?
Okay.
I'm pretty hooked on Festool.
Yeah,
I've got the battery version and the corded versions.
No,
I'm going to go out on a limb, and I am going to say it's probably not going to be Ryobi. Really, jump right out there and say that. No,
that's not the right green.
No. I think Makita's their track saw system's pretty nice.
It is nice. It is nice.
I'll be honest with you. I still have not had a real use for a track saw in my life. I've always used C clamps and a straight edge. Work just fine. It's all comes down to the user. Is it a convenience to have a track saw? 100%. Is it an absolute necessity? Nope. It's just my feelings on it. That other people can feel differently. It's all right, but that's mine. What was that video? That was somebody who had a garage fire and their DeWalt impact. I think it was their impact had burned up and it was still running after being melted, which kudos. But it's a DeWalt impact, so it's used to going through that high temperature. Milwaukee is slacking. Rick's giggle. I agree with you on Milwaukee slacking. I've done live streams on it before. I've even done videos on it before. They're not keeping up with the market, and it reminds me of what Makita was doing 10 years ago, where they were making a fine product, nothing wrong with it. But if you had told anybody 10 years ago that Makita would be a secondary brand compared to a DeWalt or a Milwaukee, no one would have believed you. Well, if Milwaukee doesn't keep up with what the other guys are doing, they're going to be the next generation Makita. Just hate to say it that way.
DeWalt's shaking it up only lately.
You know what? I want to see a Flex go-kart too. L&R Rides would probably be down with that one. I'm just saying. I wouldn't mind seeing a go-kart. Have you guys seen the videos of the dudes that like take their kid's big wheel and they transform the big wheel into like some super powered wheelie thing that the adults ride around in? I know one of the people in the chat probably has seen that. Where I saw a video where the guy was out running the cops in a big wheel that he had modified, and I know that I want to say it was Philly. Philly might have linked a video yesterday where somebody had modified a big wheel to run on a rigid battery. So it went from 12 volts to 18. I think those are cool.
I think I saw a short someone drove one to the store.
What's that?
I think I saw a short somebody drove one to the store. It was like a 1993 Barbie, pink and gray, and
I want to know why you know what year the Barbie dream car thing came out, dude.
I'm like, I was born in '88, so I can remember.
So you're saying that in '93 you were riding around in the Barbie dream car at your mom's house, like, oh, look at
me. I mean, you're just jealous. I don't appreciate that.
What's that?
I said you're just jealous. I don't appreciate it.
No, I'm good. I had to ride on because I'm a little older than you. So in the 70s, we didn't have anything like that, but we had the big wheel with the brake on the side that you could pull up, and if you were going real fast, you could make it do a donut.
Oh, that's cool. See, they got rid of all those cool toys.
Yeah, people get hurt.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love that. So yeah, Milwaukee Tools need to update. Millis Construction, you're deserted on an island. Vera or Wuha?
Oh, Vera all day. I don't really buy a lot of tools that are made in Vietnam, which is where Weha's pretty much moved most of their production to now. And that's kind of disappointing to me because they have a lot of really cool stuff, but I have a hard time doing that personally.
Yeah.
I kind of went the other direction. From Vera, I go up. We go to PB Swiss and stuff like that now. So I'm of those.
Well, as long as you have a fallback.
I know, right? And y'all think it's tough waiting on some tool that you have to hunt down on a website. Sometimes I have to wait 4 or 5 months to get something from Switzerland.
No.
That's what we like to call here a first world problem, and we're a third world nation. 2200. You got 10,000. I got 2,200. There are people in the chat that's got 30, 70,000 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm literally Oliver standing in line going, please, sir, can I have some more? I'll be like, I'm gonna get my thirds, okay? I'm a full bowl, and it ain't gruel either. You're getting steak. I'm a little jealous if you can't tell. Track saw, the Maritza track saw is pretty damn fine. I'll take your word on it. I've never used it. Festool, and it's performed right on. Yeah, well, I don't know. I've never heard of it. I've never used it, so I can't speak on it. All right, Barbie car. This is obviously for you. Rose on the Charlie's Angels big wheel. Hey, mine was red and yellow. You saying? Big wheel for the win. They like the big wheel stuff. So they're doing the ultimate head to head, and they're going against Ryobi and Power this time. It probably would end up looking about the same, to be honest with you, just from the way they did the test last year.
Do you have any Bauer, Robert?
Yes,
What do you have?
I have their drill driver. I have their impact driver. I've got a radio. The best product that they actually make
The
is
radio.
their pole saw. Like
Oh,
the
really?
thing works phenomenally well, and kind of took me by surprise because I bought it on a lark. It was like half off, and I was like, well, I need to cut down limbs every once in a while, especially after big storm here. You guys, you know what I deal with because you guys have pretty much the same land that I do. It's all open, and the wind comes ripping through, knocks stuff down all the time. So I was surprised. The thing works exceptionally well. That's the best product from Bauer I've ever owned. Probably will ever own because I don't buy a whole lot of Bauer.
Ryobi or Bauer? Which one?
Mom caught him with a Ken doll under the bed. Funny story, that is true. And I ended up writing about it years later. My mom did catch me with both a Ken and a Barbie under the bed. And she had gone to ask me about them. And I said, well, they're out in the yard. And the only parts she could find were the feet. So what I had done is I had taken some fireworks and I had strapped them onto some fireworks just to see how high I could get my sister's dolls to go in the air. I'm the youngest of 10. Then I needed to be more creative with my torture on them. Dale Bishop at Woodworking Saws, I saw and bought a True track saw where you attach your own circular saw and love it. Over 8 feet of track if you combine the two pieces easily. Yeah, Bora and Craig sell very similar items to what you're talking about. I actually have the Craig one, which I haven't announced yet, but when we hit 2,500 subscribers, that is most likely going to be one of the items that we give to a subscriber, along with that. What is that? A 5-tool combo kit from Skill.
That's actually like underestimated kit. That's for $100 sometimes a year.
Yep.
That's by far the best money that you can spend on a tool set.
Yeah. Cobalt doesn't have a track saw that I'm aware of. Cody, is this another one? Another DeWalt drill on fire? I like those videos. I'll get to it here in a second. Speaking of radios, anyone use the rigid modules lately? I don't know what the rigid modules are. Ryobi or Bauer? Ryobi if it's HP. So, do you guys own Ryobi?
No, I don't have anything. Wait, I've got a planer, like a hand planer.
Okay, fair enough. I have I bought the scrubber, the long scrubber from my mom so she could wash her shower out while she was living at home. And then the thing was not powerful at all. I have the Ryobi hammer drill, and I have to be honest with you, it is my least favorite tool ever. It is highly consistent. Regardless of what battery you use on it, you never know what you're going to get from the thing. And for me, an inconsistent tool is a bad tool.
Sounds like you got a lemon.
Yeah, it starts with an R and ends with EOB.
I've had Milwaukee lemons. It happens.
Have you? I bet it doesn't happen nearly as consistently.
I can think of 4 tools right now, but specifically that SDS, that M12 SDS, which I beat up on and drilled 5/8, quarter inch. I mean, I probably put 20,000 holes with the thing in solid concrete, newer construction concrete, but still concrete.
Yeah.
And I liked it so much that I sold it to my buddy for $30, and I went and bought a brand new one. And the new one just crapped out, and I had to hard assemble it to where it can only have one mode, and it works great now. But yeah, just an example of getting a lemon.
Well, I mean, it happens. Every manufacturer has a bad one, but this ain't my first Ryobi rodeo. I originally I had bought the kit to replace the Makita kit that I used way back in the day, and it was supposed to be more powerful. Like I bought the old blue Ryobi, and I found that doing stuff by hand was actually just as fast. It's like 12 years later, and things haven't improved by a whole lot. At least in my opinion, there is nothing about the Ryobi brand that has lit my fire at all. What's the difference between a track saw and a cross-cut track saw? Joseph, I'll leave it to you. You're the expert.
I'm not sure what the crosscut track saw is, unless you're talking about a
Maybe
panel
like an
saw or
edge
something like
guide.
that.
Wouldn't that be like an edge guide where you just put the edge
Yeah.
up at 90 degrees?
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Well, the edge guides are a whole lot more finicky to deal with than the tracks, for sure.
Yeah.
The tracks are just easy.
Yeah, I agree. The tracks are very easy to use. Did you see Joe, the tool guy, cut a DeWalt Drillton impact driver? I did. I love what Joe does. He's funny.
Joe's always entertaining. That drill that he actually cut in half is actually pretty decent. I hate to say it. I actually like that drill. It was lightweight. It got the job done. Just like I said before, you got these tools that are drilling 5/8 lags. Every tool is capable at this point. That drill's pretty decent. It's lightweight. It's full size. Has a large chuck on it, and my thought on it was, oh, maybe that drill's just junk. But it came with the kit that I got, and I used it, and I was like, oh, this drill isn't junk. This drill's actually pretty good.
Yeah. So don't use Ryobi Rodeo. They'll use that next. It might as well get a mechanical bull out there. The Ryobi mechanical bull. Come to your house. That'd actually probably be more entertaining than what Flex is going to do tomorrow. I'm just saying. And models, not modules. My bad. So the bigger, the older, bigger, rigid radios. Everybody is enamored with the one that does the charging, but the better one was just a little Bluetooth speaker. It'll last a good long time. Not the best sound. I mean, not the best sound. You're not missing anything. I bought Ryobi because I'm a homeowner. Perfect. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. And doing home repair on a fixed income. Again, exactly what it's designed for. Not using every day. I had the corded recip, and it's way better than the battery-operated one. I agree with you, Rodney. Ryobi is one brand that I will not buy into. Don't blame you. Pretty much stems from the color and battery shape. Ugly. To me, it's their performance, just not there. Good night, gentlemen. Be careful hanging out with these guys, Joseph. Thanks, Tad. We appreciate you being here. Toolman Tim's doing a live stream right now, too. I don't know if anybody is aware of that.
I really like there hanging out.
Yeah, I really like that guy. I just wish we could figure something out on a different night where I could be on his, because I've wanted to be on his to talk about solar for a while. He's a prepper. So he does a lot of prepping stuff. Mm-hmm. It's the same age. We have to admit that power tools are way better now than they used to be. We're spoiled. I agree with you, Howie. I really do. A lot cheaper tools if you are a DIYer. And yeah, one of my biggest issues with people in the tool community, I don't know if you guys feel the same or not. I'll ask you here in a second. But for me, I see so many people that they think they have to go out and get the latest and the greatest, the name brand, if it's red or yellow or green or teal or what have you, they have to go out and get it. Whether they need it or not, it's just because they want like the full collection, like they're collecting them Pokemon cards or whatever. For me, buy the tools that you need, get them at a price that you can afford. That's more important than having everything. And as you guys can clearly see, I don't care about the color of the tool as much as a lot of people do. All I care about is can the tool perform. And I think you're better off taking care of your family with your money than going out and spending the absolute most you can because some red or yellow or teal or whatever color came out. Spend that money somewhere else. Don't keep up with the Joneses if you don't have to. What do you guys think?
Well, I usually kind of time my like I'll just be buying the same tools again when it comes to my power tools. It's just once I beat on them for 4 or 5 years, I'll stick them on marketplace, and I don't even go buy a new one right then. As soon
Right.
as somebody picks that up and hands me the body, I'll run pick one up on the way home, and I'm back to brand new again. That's how I ended up with all these new power stacks. They did that deal where you buy 2 batteries, and you get the tool for free. It's like,
Right.
well, here we go. I got rid of a whole bunch of beater tools and got most of the money back out of them anyway, and just now I have all new batteries and tools.
That's perfect. But you're coming at it from a different perspective, like because you run a business with yours and you're making money with your tools,
Mm-hmm.
right?
They
The
have it
more,
hard.
yeah, right. Whereas what I'm saying is that you don't have to if you're a homeowner, if you're 98%, 95% of the population, you don't have to go out and get something just because your tool brand came out with it. As
Yeah.
a matter of fact, you're probably better off not doing that. Wait till they work the bugs out. Let the contractors break them in and then see how it goes.
Yeah,
Yes, we are always on Sunday night.
I've got a mental block with buying the same tool. It can be the best tool. I can't do it. I can't buy the same tool. The only time that I've ever bought the same tool was that M12 hammer drill, the SDS, and that goes with levels, screwdrivers, maybe with exception to Klein hand tools. They're just simply, just some of the best linemen, things like that. But I pretty much never, ever, ever buy the same thing twice. I can't do it.
Chana, we're glad to have you. Why do I need 20 different or 20 plus drills? That's an easy one, Dale. And Dale and Bishop and we've talked about it. Uh, I have I've made mistakes in my life where I've gone to the job site and not had the right tool, and I'll go somewhere and I'll pick up another one because to me it doesn't matter. I love tools. I love power tools, and I have a tool channel. So tool channel and multiple drills kind of run hand in hand. I'm going to rely on that excuse right now, even though I had most of these before I had a channel. I just love them. I've always collected them. It's kind of my thing, but I've also used every single one of them except for the Ryobi and Porter cable back there. I've used all of them to make money. So
I cover a lot of hand tools, so my amount of screwdrivers I have, and even the amount of screwdrivers I have that I do not use, is obscene. That'd make a heck of a wall right there.
yeah, I I mean to talk about this because with the Ryobi Link system that's been out, and Milwaukee's coming out with a new wall mount system as well. What I have all of mine on cost me less than $60 for all of it. For the bars, the brackets, everything, less than $60. It's hyper tough from Walmart. So if I can have probably 5 grand in tools sitting here on my wall using hyper tough, it means I'm spending my money wisely on that as opposed to going out and buying whatever my tool brand of choice comes out with. Just saying, you can save money and it'll still look like it looks good. It doesn't look, it's not horrible. I think anybody looking at that at home would be like, it's a nice display. That's what you're going for, right? Don't buy tools you won't need. If a dead tool comes up that will save lots of money come down the road, buy it, we'll use it then. Absolutely. Great to have you here, Jonathan Sherwood. As always, Jonathan Sherwood is a great person. My motto, the best works for
I'm
you.
going to switch to my phone. Let me back on.
All right. Don't threaten me. I needed it. They're saying I need an intervention. Evening, y'all. Popping in to say hi and hit the like button. Oh, thank you, Elena. Hey, Eleanor, if you want to come on, just let me know. I'll give you the link. I'm pretty easy about that. My wife says I need help every single day. So does mine. I love tools, but I only buy DeWalt. That's a good philosophy. I only have like 3 sets of screwdrivers and my wife.
Yeah, I'll keep mine at the shop. We're not going to get into that.
You're keeping your wife at the shop. That's it, bro.
My screwdrivers.
Want to build a French cleat wall and a small pegboard. I thought about going with the French cleat because they're very easy to do. Like at home, I mean, they're super easy to do. This is cheaper. This is like 1.5 sheets of plywood, and I hate pegboard, so I stay away from pegboard. There about every line. Yeah, I'm right there with you. More chat than normal. I like it. Thank you guys for being that way. My favorite color is orange, and I like to buy some rigid tools, but I don't have a Home Depot close. 2 towns I'm in between Home Depot got run off by Menards. Interesting. I did not know that. So what's next? What's the next topic? Can Flex surpass Milwaukee? Okay.
I wouldn't think so right now.
No, that's toolception. Hang on.
Don't be confused.
I closed the right one. I was like, oh, which one do I close? I'm just kidding. I'm not that stupid.
They want to. Rodney, unfortunately, my camera's on top of my laptop, and the cord's not long enough for me to get over there. But it is just the gray Hyper Tough rails from Walmart. I got them on sale last year, where I was buying the rails themselves for like $3, and each one of the brackets were $1 or $2. I have 50 drills and impact drivers sitting right behind me. So, but to answer the question, can Flex overtake Milwaukee? Robert chimed in. Joseph, did you chime in?
Yeah, I'm not even a huge Milwaukee guy, and I'd still say no.
I will say no. I'm going to say this. Could they? It's possible. Will it be anytime soon? No, not a chance. It's just it's never going to happen unless they do something big to shake up the market. Because right now, it leads into that excitement. I'm not excited about them, and I own them. I tried the turbo. The first time I hit the turbo button, I was like, "Oh, geez."
Well, they're getting some good out of you, because I wouldn't have even known there was an event tomorrow if it wasn't
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when they had their event last year, I was like, okay, that's great and all. And it was right after I started a channel. Like, I didn't even know they were coming out with anything. So I was like, okay, that's great. And I actually asked Man Caver Tools. I hit him up on Facebook through his Facebook page there or whatever. I was like, can a tool channel survive last year if they did not have Flex? And I didn't buy my first Flex tool until December. I was like, I'm not going to buy them until I see a contractor using them. And you see the guy with the shaky camera over there? That's him. He's the only contractor I knew that bought them. And he sang their praises for a couple of months before I broke down and went and got one.
I don't know. They make some pretty good stuff. Their vacuum here. Where is it? This vacuum here, man.
It sucks. You know.
No, it's actually pretty good. It's got a button right there, and it beats on that filter and drops all the dust down back in this collection bucket. It's got a real filter on it. It's not messing around. And it fits all their tools like perfectly. They got some good designs, man. They really know what they're doing. I hadn't seen Cobalt doesn't make anything like that, so I don't know where they stole their design from or what, but they definitely know how to make tools. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. Look, I'm not saying they're not quality tools. All I'm saying is it's kind of like doing a YouTube video, right? You give them your hook in the first 5 to 10 seconds, or else they don't stick around. Joseph, you agree or disagree?
Yeah, you need to have something you're going to offer pretty quick.
Yeah, that's the thing. So their marketing sucks. That's one of the first things I said tonight. Their marketing is terrible. For an entry level tool just to come in and say that we're the best with no proof about it, and then spray paint Milwaukee's tools that are used like a off-white color, like and then have these like, you know, pretty boy paid actors pretending like they're in the construction industry running these tools head to head, and then at the end of it everything's like flex wins, and then like clockwork you got the flex employees posting down in the chat flex wins with exclamation marks. You know, it was really, really bad. Like that whole thing was so bad. And the only reason why I wanted the flex is this one thing right there, that push button. That's the only reason. I didn't care about the power. I wanted this button.
Here, let me show you what a real tool will do. Why you don't need that. Talk amongst yourselves for a second.
Hey, barrel grip or D-handle on your jigsaw? What do you like?
I have both. I prefer the barrel grip, but I haven't.
I like the barrel grip
DeWalt yet. My Festool jigsaws are barrel grip, but my DeWalts are the regular D-handle.
What you got there?
Watch this.
All right, let me see. Ooh.
Oh, look, a quick release.
That's pretty cool.
Wait, let me do it again.
Wow. Hang on.
That's
all right.
Cool.
That is pretty cool, but can you do it with one hand? Ready? My turn.
Uh-huh.
My turn.
Oh, wait. If we're just doing it, well, one hand? You want to do one hand? You ready?
Yeah, here, let's go.
Oh, let me see if I can do it. I've never tried it one-handed.
Uh-oh.
I'll get a finger grip on it. I'm sure I can do it, though.
I bet you can.
Oh, did it.
Oh.
I did it.
Nice. You just gotta have your tool bag, like, you know, like somewhere right about here, and just kind of just kind of get the trajectory going.
Hey, I'm just saying, use Wen brand bandsaw or planer for woodworking. Dale Bishop, one of the guys in the chat, he's a big Wen guy. He has a bunch of Wen. As a matter of fact, he just resurfaced his cabinets, looking phenomenal, by the way. He just resurfaced his cabinets using a Wen sander. It's pretty good.
My shop air cleaners are Wen, and they've been fine for years.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The overhead with the remote. Oh, I love those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
Yep,
they're pretty
that
good.
one right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got them hanging across the shop. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's getting a rigid tool. Yes, TB, of course I'm getting a rigid tool. I
Spindle
could have gone to
sander.
Milwaukee. They do the same thing pretty much, but they don't have the distance.
What do you like for your spindle sanders? You can see how much I use my sander. It gets a lot of use with the code book on it.
Mm-hmm. That's sad. Just send that to me, Tools with Souls.
Yeah.
In Butler, Missouri. I'll take care of it.
You want the flip top with the Delta 6-inch jointer on it?
No.
Just to keep that.
Yeah, you keep that. I just want the rigid.
I don't blame you.
I wonder if my tool will shoot like that. If you've got a rigid, it will. That's the way I impress the ladies. Yeah, as far as Flex goes, not impressed. I'm impressed with the tools. I'm not impressed with the company. And they're the guys that make Cobalt. So if you guys like Cobalt and you're looking for a little upgrade in power and whatnot, Flex is a good way to go. But
I actually hate when people compare it to Cobalt. Let me show you this.
Oh God.
Oh God.
He's gonna geek out right now. He's got a blue tool.
I'm gonna have to move mine around. My battery's gonna go dead if I don't plug this in out here.
Oh, sure,
You're gonna get to see more of my trailer.
That's all right. It's cleaner than my garage.
Oh, that's my
you want to put some nails in there first? You want me to throw some framing nails on that side first before I start cutting?
I like the miter. Sorry, both of you are moving, and he's got the DeWalt compound sliding 10-inch miter saw right there.
Oh, there you go.
Maybe it's a 12.
Yeah, that's a 12 slider.
There you go. All right. Now, what were you going to demonstrate?
I've got the Bosch router in the bench on the other side.
Ooh. So you do have a Bosch.
Oh, there it is.
Well, yeah, it's a Bosch, but it has a DeWalt router in it.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
I'm not in the Bosch thing.
I'm not saying I'm not saying a word, but I bought the I want to say it was the Bosch router table, and I put a rigid in there. So
I bought a lift for my Makita router and installed it flat in the table, but I can't even get to this table right now because I got 7 sheets of MDF on top.
I just want you to know, Mountain Biker said that he can remove the bits from his Milwaukee without even touching the collet. Beat that.
That's not surprising. I can do that too. You just turn it on.
He's got a
Get it stuck in some wood. Good night.
Love you.
Love you too.
Well, look at Jeff Ofster. If I want to feel good about my garage, I look at Joe the Tool Guy or Suburban Beard's garage. They don't even have space to walk. So I think that ends the Flex discussion for tonight. I'm going to be on Philly Fix channel tomorrow while the Flex event is going on. So Philly is going to make
real quick. I'll tell you this. You ready?
Show me your very impressive Flex.
Yeah, it's moving around. Cuts good though.
Good. That's what I want a jigsaw to do. Cut wood.
Yeah, it cuts them good. Cuts them with framing. There's framing nails in there too, like butter.
Yeah, that's got more to do with the blade than.
It's actually got more power. Well, that was just a standard blade. That wasn't even a wood with nails blade. But yeah, they have more power than they need. All their tools did. I want them to make something smaller. All of them are so powerful that they could make something less powerful that's slightly smaller.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not a disagreeing. Did I see the Torque Test Channel Milwaukee gas powered impact gun or impact wrench? Yeah, it was pretty funny. Those guys they're doing it right over there. Um, nope, my freak doesn't shoot its bit out. Well, that's good to know. I have an older Porter cable router that dims the lights and makes Predatory Bird cry.
You probably have one of these then.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
It's a good thing we know that's not hooked up.
You know what? You actually say that. At an electrician's house, of all things, I've actually got one that I use often, and it's right there. There it is.
Cool.
Yeah, and so the air the 80 gallon air compressor, which is like 50 amps, will kick on every once in a while because I got an air leak. So I gotta leave the breaker off, and that breaker has 4 different positions. It's off and then on and then off and then on. So it's like nice.
You gotta play with it a bit.
Yeah. I gotta change that panel sooner than I thought.
Rodney, it's so that my email address is souls, SOALZ at toolswithsouls.com. Yeah, if that was your question for me. Is the Cobalt trim router good? Yes, but you're better off getting the rigid for the same money because it does perform a little bit better. Bosch also makes an excellent trim router, but if you're looking to go battery operated, I would go with the rigid or the DeWalt before I would go with the Cobalt. Just my opinion.
If you throw that plunge base on that little 20-volt DeWalt, it is sweet. But it's not going to be $99 at that point either, though. I think that base is pretty up there.
Yeah. I like, so for those of you that don't know, I like to get some of those specialty items from Direct Tools Factory Outlet when they have a sale on rigid. They always have sales on that baby Dookie Green brand that's out there. But I like to get, and I got the rigid trim router over the summer for $60 down in Branson. Well worth it, by the way. Well worth it.
I'm in Branson pretty often. Is that like a place you go there then?
Yeah, it's only 2 hours south of me.
Right. But I mean, you said there's a tool store there you go to?
There's 2 Direct Tools Factory Outlet.
Okay.
So they have one in the I can't remember that. It's like a plaza right off of the main. So if you know where Walmart is there in Branson, you know, if you head up the street, there's that giant chicken.
You mean Tanger Outlets?
Tanger Outlets, yeah, they have one there, and it's right in the corner.
Okay.
And then they have one on the other side of town over by where the Sight and Sound Theater is. It's not at the Sight and Sound Theater, but there's another like outlet mall area or strip mall area. They have one in there. It's smaller, but the people at the Tanger outlets are much friendlier. They're always willing to give you a discount. Mo Work in the house. Mo Work still breathing. We were going to send out a party for you, brother, but we're glad you're here. Don King gave up an electrician. Gave up being an electrician. If you want to know what happened to Robert's face, that could work for either one of us, by the way. You should see the Flex router, man. It's amazing. I didn't even know they had a router.
They don't have a router.
There you go.
That's
Maybe that's going to be tomorrow. That's one of the tools they're going to talk about tomorrow.
That might be cool. But
according to Rodney Widger, there are 3 Direct Tool Factory outlets in Branson.
Wow.
So I know that they have 2 Home Depots within driving distance of one another.
Menards too.
They do have a Menards. They have a Lowe's. I absolutely, every time I go down there, my wife knows that we're going to Home Depot and Direct Tools Factory Outlet every single day. That's part of what we do. And I spend way more money than I should, but I don't care. If my Explorer had a trailer hitch on the back of it, I would have a rigid joiner sitting in my garage right now. I'm just saying. That was a joke. Okay. No, if you go into the Instagram account where we're all part of there, you'll see the link to tonight. You can come on. While we're just wrapping things up right now, I think we're going to be on for about another 10 minutes. If you want to come on, just letting everybody know you're still breathing. Each one of the Home Depots and Lowe's and Menards, please take me shopping. Let's go, Rod. We'll hit it. I'm serious. I'd love to see you. So, what did we learn here tonight, gentlemen?
The Flex is going to have an overhyped video.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll learn something about Flex. I'll have to go back and watch this video y'all are talking about from before because I haven't seen it either.
Look for Flex train wreck.
Okay.
Actually, I'll tell you what. If you want to get an idea, Man Caver Tool did do a video called BS on Flex. Watch that one because he had highlighted a lot of the problems that people had with the Flex line. But here's the most impressive, like the one thing that I find really impressive about the Flex. You know how normally you see the battery indicator and it's on like the back of the battery and that's your indicator on that. And it's a bright green. You can see it in the daylight. And then the other impressive feature, the one that everybody talks about. So this is the sound without the turbo. Sounds pretty good. You can hear there's definitely an audible increase in the RPMs. It is a very impressive tool. I like it a lot. But nothing, it's just not an exciting brand.
Well,
yeah, I agree.
Let's see what they do tomorrow. They got a tall order.
They're going to be impressive. They're going to have some tools in there that you're going to be like, wow. Because I've seen the little job site blower, and the dude was it looked like he was blowing out like a small garage, and you could see the moisture coming out of the concrete when he was blowing it.
Oh wow!
It's doggone impressive for a little job site blower. But I just hope less Barnaby, less over the top antics.
Are they going to announce their batteries or not?
I think they are. I think that was part of their release, is that they were going to talk about their power stack. Now they've already announced that they're going to do kind of like what the DeWalt did with that 1.7 amp hour power stack battery, but they're going to have bigger batteries, I think, when they launch. So that's going to give them a huge advantage.
We don't need bigger batteries. We need smaller tools.
Well, bigger as
you mean more capacity in the power stack?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're going to have a 2.5 amp hour and a 5. I believe they've already announced that they're going to come out with an 8. And I mean, if you guys, as you all know, the 1.7 amp hour battery gives you the same performance as a 5 amp hour in the DeWalt line.
Yeah.
Well, if that holds true, and you get a 5 out of
That's
the
going to be insane. That's going to be stupid.
Yeah, that's going to be impressive. Email your contact information with any of the tool guys. I can hook up with show tickets too. Hey, Rodney, You're my man right now. Thank you. I definitely will hit you up on that because I don't like sitting through those stupid. What do they call them? The timeshare where you sit through a presentation and they try to buy you or tell you to buy some crap that you would not buy if your gun was held to your head. Has multiple HD. Not sure how many lows. I know of
Yeah.
Menards there. Ooh, they do have a Grizzly store, and I will be doing a live stream, or at least I hope to be doing a live stream, a video nonetheless, when Grizzly has their tent sale at the end of this September. I'm going to be live at Grizzly doing that.
Oh man, that's good. So you better get your trailer hitch set up. Rent a U-Haul.
I'm hoping to make some contacts while I'm down there because DeWalt, Milwaukee, like all the name brands, they all have like a little tent set up there. And I'm hoping to make some contacts while I'm down there and get those guys on camera to talk about some of the stuff that's coming up for their brand.
Grizzly's cordless are like the Makita equivalent, correct?
Probably worse. Like their power tools aren't great.
About a year and a little bit of change ago, you could buy like a 4-tool set for like $80. Like I don't know if you saw that, but it was stupid.
Not through Grizzly. So Grizzly, there's a weird account on Instagram that poses, and I think on Facebook too, that poses as Grizzly, and they tell you won, and they've got all these special deals and whatnot, but it's a scam site.
No, this was something else. But yeah, maybe that was a scam site that I saw from a different thing. But I don't do Instagram, and I don't do Facebook, and I don't do TikTok, and I don't do. I only just started doing shorts. I'm old school, man. So I'm young, but I'm not selling my soul. Sorry.
Thanks, Howie, for being here. Nice to have you, Antonio. Great to be here. And absolutely, Rodney, you send me your contact information. I'll give you a call tomorrow, and we'll talk one-on-one. So I'm serious, and you'll have my contact information. So thanks, Howie, for being here. Rodney, but you have Bass Pro. We don't. Oh, they've got an amazing Bass Pro down in Branson. I hate shorts. It's all good. How do you guys want to wrap it up? What do you guys say?
But don't go all at once.
I enjoyed being here.
Hey, you have an open invite anytime you want to be on. You just let me know, or I'll just send you the link. Come on anytime you want. I enjoy having you here.
You'll hopefully find topics that I know more about than flex tools.
Well, last week we were talking about YouTube for what, 5 hours, 4 hours.
I know. I watched a lot of it.
One of my favorite subjects. I absolutely love talking about YouTube. But yeah, the flex thing with their thing coming out tomorrow. I think we're the only channel that dedicated time the day before to talk about flex. Yeah. So I'm glad to be here. I'm glad you're here, Robert. A pleasure as always. You got anything to say as we wrap up?
No, we're just going to continue to push out more, content, electrical related, and more tool torture.
Dale Bishop says, "Let's all meet in Branson." Joseph, if you're up for it, I'll let you guys know when I'm headed down there. We'll all get together. We'll all go to Direct Tools and Home Depot. We'll set the place on fire. Not literally, but we'll go in there and look for stuff. Robert, you're invited as well. It's souls at toolswithsouls.com. Yes, it is. Later, Cody, thanks for being here. And with that, gentlemen, remember, friends, don't let friends pay full retail. And that's the bottom line.